Okay, now we're reducing that corruption. I think we can dedicate a little bit more money to that process. I mean, we're still losing money, so there's a limit to what we can do. But we could avoid a little more. Okay, Korea is in trouble now. Yeah, keep an eye on both fronts here. Oh, let's see what their troops are made of. They're attacking us with larger numbers. But they just don't have what it takes. Okay, we don't need to take Korea all in one bite, but I think we can get a lot more if we wait until our war enthusiasm drops. See if we can hit them in the cap or in this last fort here where their army is. They're trying to move away, so we'll take a look at what's going on there. And we're going to proceed to the next fort. Okay, Korea. Yeah, I bet they'll retreat here again, so we'll see if we can stack wipe them. Now, if they retreat north, as would be smart, they'll probably get away. Wow, we captured that fort quickly. And splitting up their army like that was a very foolish move. They should not have done that. Okay, so we caught them here in these woods. Bad rolls saved them from a stack wipe, though. Bad rolls on our part, that is. And let's expect them to go down here again. If they make it that far. Okay, I don't think we really need more than that if they are going to sign a peace. Now, why is Delhi so unfriendly? Allied to their rival. Oh. Looks like they're pulling that off. Okay, let's end this war. We don't want too much out of them. Just all their forts. Wow, they're going to be busy. Take their money. You can keep that. Okay, don't need that fort. Don't need that one. Definitely don't need that one. So I just need a core glitch here. Okay, so that one's done. Running out of men here. They're just reinforcing more quickly than we are. Come on. Run this fight. Okay, so we can take 43 points worth of stuff. It's 45, so we'll let them keep that. Lots of people will be pissy with us, but they'll get over it. So I could send this army south to deal with VJ. Leave this to deal with rebels. And send this one be one of our two pinchers pushing into Ming. We took a bunch of their forts, so now we can directly hit at Beijing right away. And we still have a claim up here, so we can go into this war as soon as we have troops in place. So got plenty of manpower. So I just need to recover some of these losses and get troops moving before any coalition forms. And we have a lot larger force limit, so I'm going to make troops. Okay, we can still make more than that. So why don't we get another 5 infantry in here? That army's full. We can still make another 11. I think we'll have trouble affording too many more. I mean, we can't get a full front and back line, but we might as well fill in our front lines as much as we can. They can get another 7 troops. Okay, I'm feeling pretty good about that. If we were scary to our enemies before, we will certainly be even scarier now. Okay, sadly we are hemorrhaging money. These troops are almost there. And we could launch our next offensive into Ming. And we'll start collecting some war taxes. Manpower is low on account of hiring so many troops. Actually, let's see if we have any one we need to get rid of. We definitely don't want to get rid of our heir. Like a great sultan. I mean, he's kind of earned his right to stay on the throne for a little while. Yeah, we'll hire somebody. Okay, this army's almost in place. Alright, VJ. Okay, Japan is no longer in this. Delhi won't join because they're dead. I'm not even going to call them Bengal. We don't need them. So we're going to go for SAR 2 because that's going to be easy to capture. We're not going for it first or anything. And we're going here where they're not paying this fort. Looks like they're not paying several of their forts, so they probably have some economic problems. And this guy, we're going to move straight in towards one of these forts. Could call him Bengal, but again, yeah, I don't think we need to do that. Okay, we can support 2,000 more troops. So I think we are going to get one guy here. Actually, we'll get both. And their job will be to, well, mountains, and we're already movement locked in. This could be an ugly first battle. Yeah, we're going to get out of there as soon as we possibly can. Could have done without that. Okay. Improving relations there. Top off there. And let's actually improve relations with Iraq. Looks like they're going for a capital, so once we take this, we'll go up there and eject them. And really, Ming only has one card in their hand, and that is trying to keep their army all together and defeating us before we can take too much from them. That's not going to work for them very long. Thank you, Sukhothai. Thank you, Nanjing. You guys are good chaps. I should have retreated somewhere with their mountains. Okay, let's try to hit their army. Yeah, their army is not very good. They might win this just barely, depending on how the rolls go, but they've lost so many infantry that it's going to be very ugly for them in the next battle. Okay, and they did not win it. So we're going to just recover some manpower. We're not going to chase them quite yet. And where are you guys go? Okay. Yeah, throwing all these troops on our capital, which is mountains. Kind of smart move of them. And we captured Beijing. Okay, where are you guys going? Okay. They're going south. We're going to capture these forts, otherwise we're just not going to have the ability to move around as freely as we'd like. Okay, so they seem to want to engage us. I don't know why. It's a plains, so we're going to hit them here. And inflicted really high casualties. And we will go and hit them on our capital. Eject them from the grounds on account of their behavior. Okay, might as well take this. They can't do much behind our lines. And they're probably going for that wargle. I'd like to hit this army, so I'm going to move south and wait till we capture this and hit them from two sides. Good, we checked them there. And now we're going to move south and take another one of their forts. Okay, we can get some money, might as well. That's going to tick up. And this will go poorly for them. Yeah. So they just lost about 23,000 men. And that's a pretty high proportion of their army. I wouldn't be surprised if people start declaring war on Ming if they have serious problems with them. I'm not seeing their army. Right there. So yeah, that was basically half their army. And they really don't have manpower to reinforce, so they're going to have to take out a bunch of mercs. And that means that this war is going to end them financially. If I take as much as I think I'm going to take. Those are hills. Well, we'll go for it all the same. Yeah, I think people are going to start declaring war on them. And really the only thing that's saving them at this point is probably VJ's army. But if I can damage that army substantially enough, then they won't answer the call to arms, and people will start beating up on Ming. And now we're running out of men. So Fiji's still got pretty high enthusiasm. They still have lots of men. But I think once they're knocked out, Ming's war score it's just going to shoot up. My war score against them, that is. Okay, we really should start working on the spies for tech. And we're getting our army tradition back up to respectable figures. Somebody would join. Who would join? Delhi. Delhi. Yeah, why don't we do that? Mostly I'm concerned about my lagging manpower. Ick. Okay, we need to do it. So we're just going to do it. Make the dice favor us. Alright, that worked. Okay, well, Delhi, you get that. I'm going to keep our army close to theirs. Okay, captured that fort. So again, we're going to keep our armies close together. And the Ottomans have become westernized. Conquer Nizhny Novgorod. Who owns it? It's Russia. Yeah, might as well. Oh, Sweden's kind of friendly. I want them as an ally. And Nanjing fell to us. And we're just going to keep going from fort to fort. You guys want this? You can have it. Yeah, I didn't think you had much more fight in you. Low war enthusiasm, but VJ doesn't want out quite yet. So we will continue this war until they've learned a lesson. So their troops would never get there in time. Moves drafted. And we have captured Wu-Tang. That's what I would rename it. And I will do that when I capture it. We could hit their army here. I'm not sure if it's worth the casualties yet. I think they're going for probably for Beijing. So we'll wait till we get this province. Yeah, we've got 2-1. Then it will be worth it. Okay, so we beat them up. Let's wipe these troops out and find the next fort. Yeah, they're going to feel that in the morning. Hopefully they'll get there in time. Ouch, that's a big battle. Hopefully we'll win it. Regardless, that's most of my troops, so I am going to have to pull that army back because it's just simply too vulnerable. It's mostly cannons. And they have low war enthusiasm in Ming, but still high in VJ. This army is going to have to fall back too. I'm going to send